Ciao belli, come stiamo? Welcome to Richmond in West London. What if I spoke Italian for the whole vlog today? Capireste? O magari solo pochi di voi capirebbero? Anyway, we're going to talk about a lens by 7Artisans. It's 25 millimeters, F0.95. We're going to check it in more detail. If you've been following my channel, you know I have a certain way to make reviews. I have certain key points I'm going to hit during the vlog. And actually today we're going to do some POV photography. So I'm going to switch to my GoPro attached to my chest right here. We're going to take some photos of this beautiful location and we're going to talk about the lens. And of course, if you haven't been following my channel, hit subscribe right now and join my community. And welcome. As we are approaching what are called the Petersham Nursery, which actually nowadays is a tea room and a greenhouse as well. What is this lens? So as I mentioned, it's by 7Artisans. It's a brand, I think, based in China. 25 millimeters equal 35 on APS-C, so crop sensor camera. It's a good focal length actually for some landscapes. I wouldn't consider it a wide lens. You can take definitely some portrait. That's pretty good for portrait or food photography. Today I have the E-Mount version, but you will find it for many different brands as well. Fuji, Canon, Panasonic, Olympus. You will find the Micro Four Thirds version, Nikon included as well. It's a prime lens, I think mainly made for photography more than videography. APS-C, so crop sensor. I'm using it today with my Sony A7R III, which is a full frame. But on this camera, I can crop the sensor and basically you can turn the camera into a crop sensor camera. The 25 millimeters on a crop sensor camera is an equivalent of 35 millimeters. So if you want to check how the image would look on a full frame camera, this is how it would look. And then on a crop sensor camera, it would look something like this. Let's take a photo of this beautiful cottage right here through the gates. Wow, look at the flowers too. A bit of picking. So in terms of build, it seems quite solid actually. It feels good. Metal. The ring here might be plastic. I'm not even sure, but it really feels nice in your hands. The ring is smooth as well. And it doesn't make any noise compared to other lenses which I have reviewed, and they were quite squeaky actually. So the body is pretty simple really. There's no buttons here, no focus hold, nothing, no switch for manual and auto. It's just the focus and the aperture wheel. Here we are at the Petersham Nurseries. A lot of flowers. We're going to take some photos right here. And actually we can talk about the dimensions, the weight and the price of this lens. So the lens measures 99.7 in terms of length, 63 millimeters of diameter. It weighs 582 grams. So it's considered like a portable lens. To be honest, it's not that big. You can definitely stick it into your pocket and carry it with ease. Also, in terms of filter diameter, we have a threaded top here at the front of the lens, and that's 52 millimeters. Price, you can find it on Amazon, varying actually from £225 up to 300, I think, depending on the brand of your camera as well. What's in the box when you get the lens? Not much, to be honest. There's no pouch, just the body, front and back lid. Allora, as we walk through the crowd here, let's talk about the aperture of this lens, which is probably what it's made for. We have manual aperture, no auto at all. I felt it. Only controlled by the wheel on the body of the lens. We go from 0.95 f0.95 to f16. as you might know, the large aperture allows you to shoot in darker conditions and create a very shallow depth of field. Probably too much, according to my tests. As I'm working and testing the lens for you guys, so I was taking some photos at f0.95, and I noticed that the images are very, very hazy and blurry, and to my eyes actually unusable, to be completely honest. And the image starts to make sense and be sharper at around f2.8. Even at f1.4, I took a couple of tests, and it's very hard, of course, to pull the focus, but the image really is unusable, again, to me. But check it out in these tests. The iris is made of 13 blades inside the body of the lens, which create a circular apertures for better bokeh and also to erase the vignetting as much as possible. Focus-wise, again, it's all manual, nothing auto on this lens. We have the focus ring on the body, and that's all. Very smooth, again, no noise, so nothing to complain about the focus here. In terms of minimum focus distance between the lens and the subject, from my tests, again, at f16, so when the iris is completely closed, I could stay more or less at 10 centimeters from my subject. When it's completely open, so at f0.95, I could stay a bit further away, around 15 centimeters. So pretty close anyway. Okay, how about this barber sign here? We are assisting at this wedding. There you go. Very random. Sharpness wise, as mentioned before, I didn't think it was the sharpest lens. Actually, that depends on the aperture you're using as well. So to have something nice that looks sharper, I would go from f4 onwards, so towards the f16. Lower than f4, I couldn't find a single image in focus and literally sharp, of course. Woo! I got this photo of the alien at f8, more or less. Yeah, it's pretty good. In the center of the image, quite sharp. f8 again. So I definitely recommend with this lens to use the focus support. So the focus, basically your camera will zoom in when you're focusing just to make sure you nail it, because I really struggled. Okay, nice alley f8. Let's do some portrait stuff, actually. I like the arrow on the street. Boom. So in terms of chromatic aberration, I didn't notice anything so far today. But if you see anything in the images, drop a comment down here. But pretty good so far. Distortion. Couldn't see much distortion. A tiny bit of a curve. You can see it from the edges. That's it. Not too bad. It's still a 35, so not too wide to have a big distortion on your lens. And conclusion, end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. What do you think about the lens? I think it's an okay lens. The build is okay. It feels nice. Not sure about the aperture, to be honest. The f0.95 to me doesn't really give you anything. So from f0.95 up to 2.8, that's what we talked about. f4, it's not really worth it because first of all, it's really, really hard to focus. Again, not a single image on focus between that range, and it's all blurry. And yeah, it's just too hazy. So unless you want to do something really artistic, nope. All the other aperture worked fine, sharp enough, something you can anyway adjust in post-production. It's quite light. Yeah, overall it feels nice. But there you go. I don't know what else to say. You've seen the images, you've seen the tests. It's up to you. Right. Anyway, hit subscribe. A lot of reviews on my channel, more stuff coming very soon. So hope to see you in my community. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, push the like button then. See you soon.